I'm from the Netherlands.
Oh, so how do you feel about Asia compared to Europe? Do you find like a lot of shock or surprise you here?
Well, I've been here before 5 years ago, and so it's not really a shock anymore. And I've studied Chinese. China studies is my major, so a lot of cultural differences are not new to me. But what strikes me the most is that I find, well, especially Dutch people, very direct. I'm also very direct, and people from, well, Asia generally are more, they are not very direct. They will be more polite.
Like more shy, more conservative maybe?
Yeah, or not really speak what you think right away.
Oh, so what inspired you to learn maybe Eastern culture or learn Chinese?
Well, I was very interested in traveling and learning more about the world, and I'm very into languages. I also speak German. So I just was at the university and I had a look at the Chinese course, and I thought it would be very cool to learn the language. And I thought if I learn the language, I might as well travel there someday. So I broadened my world with it.
So do you prefer living Europe more or living Asia?
I don't know. I studied here for 10 weeks 5 years ago, and now I'm just here for 3. I think the Netherlands is a very nice country to live. Everything is well arranged, healthcare, traffic, university is very accessible for everyone. So I think that's very well arranged. But on the other hand, I really love the vibe here, so I really feel very welcome here always.
So what did you learn from maybe coming to Asia? Did you combine maybe Western culture into maybe Eastern culture?
Well, I think, I'm not sure actually. I don't know. I think the thing I learned is that people are very welcoming, and in every country there are people that are very nice to you and want to know your story, and I always feel really safe in Asia too, so I think it's a very good place to travel, and I don't feel a lot of danger in Taipei.
So what's your favorite things you like to do in Asia that maybe you cannot do in Europe?
Well, I think the nature is very different. I think like it's more tropical, so I think the nature is very impressive. Europe also has very beautiful nature, of course, but I think it's more huge, more bigger. It's bigger here. And so I really like go on a hike or, go into nature. But on the other hand, I'm not really a city person, but I think Taipei has a very nice vibe. It's very green, a lot of trees, so I really like the vibe of the city too.
So what's your future goal or plan?
Well, 5 years ago I was here, now I'm here again, and it feels so good to be back again. I really love Taipei and the city and the people and the language. So I really hope that I can be back very soon. I hope it won't last 5 years again before I...
Wow. But what makes you want to come back to Taiwan again? There are so many places they also speak Chinese. Why Taiwan?
Well, I think because I've studied here for 10 weeks, so I know the island. I feel really safe, and it's very open here. You have freedom of speech. You can use social media. It's very easy to come in. You don't really need a special visa, so it feels very open and very easy to get here.
Wow.
And I would like to see more of the world, but it really feels as if I come home again. So.
I just saw you have a tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you show me? Whoa. Whoa. When did you make this tattoo?
Just before I went to Taiwan 5 years ago. Just before the trip.
Whoa, yeah. It means explore.
Yeah, explore, because I really wanted to see the world and explore the world and learn new things. So.
Whoa. So maybe in the future, which country do you want to live?
I think just in the Netherlands, and I would like to explore and then go home again and then explore and then go home, because I think where I live is very nice and the country is very well, everything is very well arranged. So I think living in the Netherlands is great, and then I'll just go back and forth again.
So maybe any suggestions for people who would like to live in Netherlands or travel there?
I think if you come here, it's nice to live in a city where you have a job, right? Because in the city everything is nearby. But on the other hand, the cities are very expensive to live. It's for everyone. It's very difficult to get a place to live in the city. It's very expensive. And I think the same problem, there's a housing problem here too, so we have the same in the Netherlands. But the Netherlands has a lot of great like train system, so it's very easy to just get everywhere.
Where are you from?
I'm from the United States.
How do you feel about Asia?
Well, I'd have to say that the food is different, but also I realized that it's also, I guess just basic etiquette at metros is also very, very interesting because usually people don't give up their seats that easily. Or at least that I've seen when I've gone to places where they do have metros, they don't give up their seats that easily.
What is the best things to live in US?
The best thing about living in the US?
Yeah, how do you feel?
I don't know. I think it's just about the same experience. Well, back home where I live, it's a little less crowded. It's not a city where I live. So I guess that's what I like, that it's not too dense. It's not too big of a place.
So do you prefer living in maybe Asia? Cities are more dense?
They're very busy, yes. They can be very busy and it's overwhelming sometimes because I've never lived in the city before.
Wow. So what did you learn from coming to Asia?
I definitely learned a little bit more about the language. That's kind of the reason why I wanted to come here in the first place, is to learn more about the language and maybe learn to speak it better, understand it. And
How about the cultural side?
The cultural part, I don't know. I think I do have an appreciation for Eastern culture. It's very different than Western, of course. I have come to appreciate a little bit more, especially in the art section.
Art section. What's your favorite things you like to do in Asia?
Okay, I haven't been able to enjoy much, but I guess I have to say going to night markets is very fun for me because we don't have that back home, or at least not like this.
So what do Americans usually do at night?
I don't know. I don't really go out at night.
Do you feel it's safer in Asia at night?
Here in Taiwan, yeah, it's very much safer. I feel like that's kind of like a wide thing as well. Like it's a little bit more safer here in Taiwan than it is back home.
Oh, really? How about the situation in maybe US? What is it look like?
What do you mean?
I mean, people say maybe sometimes it's not that safe, but why people don't feel it's safe?
I want to say maybe because of the recent societal changes in diversity and racial inequality, also in the LGBT. There's also a little bit of that, but we're working and making that a little bit better for us.